What if I told you that most people do not fail financially because they are lazy, unlucky, or even because they do not earn enough money? What if the real reason is something much more uncomfortable to accept? Most people are slowly losing their financial future through a set of invisible mistakes they repeat every single day. And the most dangerous part is this: they do not even realize these are mistakes. Let me ask you something simple. Have you ever looked at your bank account at the end of the month and thought, where did all my money go? Not once, not twice, but again and again. You worked, you earned, you stayed busy, you even told yourself you were being responsible, and yet somehow, there is never enough left. Now here's the surprising truth most people never hear. Financial failure is rarely caused by one big disaster. It is almost always caused by small daily habits that feel normal, even smart in the moment. Things like spending a little more because you deserve it, using a credit card because you will pay it later, delaying investing because you need to figure it out first, not tracking expenses because you basically know where your money goes. Individually, none of these decisions feel dangerous. In fact, they feel harmless, even logical, but over time, they build a system that quietly works against you, and this is why so many people stay stuck financially even when their income increases. They think more money will solve everything. So they wait for a better job, a higher salary, a promotion, or a lucky break. But then something strange happens. Their income goes up, but their financial stress does not go down. Why? Because the same habits scale with income. The same mistakes just become bigger in size. If someone is bad at managing $500, they will also struggle with $5,000. If someone cannot control spending on a small income, they will not suddenly become disciplined on a larger one. And that is the uncomfortable truth. Money does not fix financial behavior. It only amplifies it. Now imagine two people. Both earn the same salary. Both live in the same city. Both have similar opportunities. But one slowly builds financial freedom over time, while the other stays trapped in a cycle of stress, bills, and waiting for the next paycheck. The difference is not intelligence. It is not education. It is not even effort. It is awareness of financial mistakes. Because once you can see the mistakes clearly, you can avoid them. And once you avoid them, your financial life starts to change in a way most people never experience. So in this video, we are going to break something very important down. We are going to look at the biggest financial mistakes people make, why they happen, and how they silently destroy wealth over time, and more importantly, how you can avoid them before they shape your entire future without your permission. Most people believe that financial struggle is mainly an income problem. They think if they could just earn more money, everything would get better. A better job, a higher salary, a side hustle, or a promotion is seen as the ultimate solution. So when life feels financially stressful, the instinct is always the same: work more, earn more, hustle harder. But here is where the misunderstanding begins. Earning more money does not automatically solve financial problems. In many cases, it actually makes them worse, because the real issue is not how much money comes in. The real issue is what happens after the money arrives. Two people can earn the same income and have completely different financial lives. One becomes stable and builds wealth over time. The other stays stuck in stress, debt, and constant financial pressure. So what is the difference? It is not income. It is behavior. Most people are never taught how to manage money properly. School teaches how to earn a job, not how to manage income. Society teaches how to spend, not how to build wealth. And over time, people develop money habits without even realizing it, and those habits quietly control their entire financial future. This is why so many people feel like money disappears every month. It is not disappearing. It is being directed. Without a system, no budget, no structure, no long-term plan, money comes in and immediately gets pushed out by small decisions. Food delivery, subscription services, impulse purchases, credit card payments, lifestyle upgrades that feel small individually, but are powerful collectively. And the most dangerous part is that these behaviors feel normal. Nobody feels like they are making financial mistakes while they are making them. That is what makes them so hard to notice. Another major misunderstanding is debt. Many people think debt is only a problem when it becomes unmanageable. But the truth is, even manageable debt can slow down financial progress for years, because every repayment reduces future flexibility. Every interest payment is money that could have been invested or saved. But because payments are small and spread out, people do not feel the impact immediately. So they continue the cycle. There's also a hidden emotional problem. People often spend Money not based on logic, but based on feelings. Stress leads to spending. Celebration leads to spending. Social pressure leads to spending. Comparison leads to spending. And when money becomes emotional instead of intentional, financial control slowly disappears. So even when income increases, expenses increase too. Lifestyle expands, commitments grow, expectations rise, and suddenly, the person who was supposed to be doing better financially feels the same or even worse than before. This is why so many people remain stuck even after years of working hard. They are not failing because they are not trying. They are failing because they are repeating financial patterns that were never designed for wealth building. And until these patterns are recognized, the cycle continues no matter how much money enters their life. Now let's break down the biggest financial mistakes people make in a simple and clear way. These are not complicated investment theories or advanced economic ideas. These are everyday behaviors that silently decide whether someone builds wealth or stays stuck. Once you understand them, money starts to make a lot more sense. Mistake 1. Living without a budget. Most people do not actually know where their money goes. They have a rough idea, but no real system. Money comes in, and money goes out. That is the cycle. A budget is not about restriction. It is about awareness and control. Without a budget, spending becomes automatic. You do not decide where your money goes. Your habits decide it for you. Even simple tracking changes everything. Because once you see the numbers clearly, you start to notice patterns you never saw before. Small daily spending suddenly becomes visible as large monthly leaks, and that awareness is the first step toward financial control. Mistake spending before saving. This is one of the most damaging habits. Most people spend first and save whatever is left, but in reality, there is rarely anything left. This system guarantees that saving will always feel difficult. Wealthy individuals reverse this process. They save or invest first, then spend what remains. This is called paying yourself first. It is not about how much money you have. It is about priority, because whatever comes first in your financial system is what gets protected. Mistake 3. Lifestyle debt. Credit cards and easy loans make it very simple to live beyond your real income. At first, it feels harmless. Small payments, easy approvals, no immediate pain. But over time, it builds invisible pressure, because now part of your future income is already spent. Lifestyle debt does not create wealth. It only creates obligations, and obligations reduce freedom. Mistake 4. Ignoring investing. Many people think investing is something for later in life, when they have more money, more knowledge, more stability. But delaying investing is one of the most expensive decisions a person can make, because investing is not just about money. It is about time. The earlier you start, even with small amounts, the more powerful compounding becomes. Waiting does not just delay results. It removes potential growth years permanently. Mistake 5. Emotional spending. Money decisions are often emotional, not logical. People spend when they are stressed. They spend when they are happy. They spend to fit in. They spend to feel better. But emotional spending removes control from your financial life, because decisions are no longer based on goals. They are based on feelings in the moment. And feelings change constantly. When you look at all these mistakes together, a pattern becomes clear. Financial problems are not usually caused by lack of opportunity. They are caused by lack of structure, awareness, and discipline. And once these mistakes are identified, they can be fixed. Let's make this real with a simple case study that shows how these financial mistakes actually play out in real life over time. Imagine two people. We will call them person A and person B. Both live in the same city. Both have similar education. Both work similar types of jobs. And most importantly, both earn almost the same monthly income. At the beginning, their financial situation looks identical, but over time, their outcomes become completely different. Person A, the normal path. Person A works hard and earns steadily. Every month, the salary comes in, and life feels manageable. But there is no real system for money. There is no clear budget. So spending happens naturally. Rent, food, transport, shopping, entertainment. Everything is paid for, but not planned. At first, it feels fine. Then lifestyle slowly increases. A new phone, a better wardrobe, more eating out, subscriptions that feel small but keep stacking. Credit cards start to fill the gaps between income and spending. Nothing feels extreme. Everything feels normal. But underneath, something important is happening. Savings are inconsistent. Sometimes there is a little left, sometimes nothing. Investing is always postponed because there is not enough left this month. Over time, income increases. Promotions happen. Salary grows. but spending grows too, because the financial system never changed. So even after 10 years, Person A is still living paycheck to paycheck, just at a higher income level. Stress is still present, financial freedom still feels far away, and money still feels like it disappears too quickly. Person B, the structured path. Person B earns the same income, but behaves differently with money from the start. The first thing they do is create a simple budget. Nothing complicated, just clarity on income and expenses. Then they make one key decision: they pay themselves first. A fixed percentage of income goes into savings and investments before anything else is spent. This money is treated as non-negotiable. Person B also avoids unnecessary debt. If they cannot afford something without credit, they delay it instead of financing it. Lifestyle upgrades still happen, but slowly and intentionally, not emotionally. And most importantly, investing starts early. Even small amounts are invested consistently every month. At first, the difference between Person A and Person B does not look huge. In fact, Person A might even look more comfortable in the short term, but over time, something powerful happens. Person B's investments begin to grow. Compounding starts working. Savings build a financial buffer. Stress reduces because there is always some backup money available. After several years, the gap becomes visible. Person B is not just earning money anymore. They are building financial security and long-term wealth. The key difference, the important thing to understand, is this: both people had the same income, both had the same opportunities, but only one had a system, and that system created a completely different financial outcome over time. This is the real lesson from this case study. Wealth is not created by income alone. It is created by how consistently and intelligently that income is managed over time. If you step back and look at everything we have covered so far, one thing becomes very clear: most financial problems are not caused by a lack of money. They are caused by a lack of structure, awareness, and consistency in how money is handled. And that is actually good news, because it means financial success is not reserved for a small group of lucky or highly educated people. It is available to anyone who is willing to change their habits. The biggest financial mistakes people make are not dramatic events. They are small, repeated actions that slowly shape a person's entire financial life. Spending without tracking, saving only what is left, relying on debt for lifestyle, delaying investing, ignoring emotional spending, and not having any real financial plan. Individually, these do not seem dangerous, but together, they create a system where money always feels tight, no matter how much you earn. So what is the real lesson here? It is that financial freedom is not about doing everything perfectly. It is about avoiding the major mistakes that destroy progress over time. You do not need to be perfect with money. You just need to be consistent with a few simple principles. Spend less than you earn. Know where your money goes. Pay yourself first. Avoid unnecessary debt. Start investing early, even with small amounts. And separate emotions from financial decisions. These are not advanced strategies. They are basic rules, but most people never truly follow them consistently. That is why financial stress remains so common, even in modern life where opportunities are greater than ever. Another important lesson is that time plays a bigger role than most people realize. People often think they need a high income to build wealth, but in reality, time and consistency are more powerful than income alone. Someone who starts early with small, consistent investments can often end up in a stronger financial position than someone who earns more but starts late or never builds a system. This is the power of compounding, discipline, and patience working together. And finally, there is one more truth that ties everything together. Money does not change your life automatically. It amplifies your habits. If your financial habits are weak, more money will only increase your problems. But if your habits are strong, even modest income can grow into long-term stability and freedom. So the goal is not just to make more money. The real goal is to become someone who knows how to handle money properly, because once your financial behavior changes, your financial future changes with it. Now you will understand something most people never stop to think about. Financial struggle is not random. It is not just bad luck. And it is not only about how much money you earn. It is about the small decisions you make every single day with money. And the biggest difference between people who stay stuck and people who become financially free is not talent or opportunity. It is awareness, discipline, and consistency. The truth is, most people will watch content like this, agree with everything, and then go back to their normal habits tomorrow. But a few people will actually pause, reflect, and start making small changes. And those few people are the ones who slowly change their entire financial future. So here is the real question. Which one will you be? Because you do not need to change everything overnight.